and Mark Zuckerberg saying that they've extended overtures to the incoming Biden administration about how they can help with regard to vaccine information. Also, we heard from Dr. Fauci sing the praises of Ron Klain. That's the pick for Biden's incoming chief of staff. He said he did a spectacular job with Ebola. Fauci saying he knows Ron very well. Also, with vaccines, Fauci said efficacy has been, quote, stunningly good. So that's optimistic as well. But he was also talking with Zuckerberg about holiday tips for people traveling amid the coronavirus pandemic, with Christmas just almost 25 days away, saying that immediate gatherings of family only should be in place with just your immediate family, and to limit travel as much as possible. Well, it just so happens that now that Thanksgiving is over, airports and highways are once again packed with holiday travelers returning home. Doctors say they're expecting another spike in cases to come within the next few days. But they have some advice which could help curb that. And we're being joined right now by Fox's Stephanie Bennett, and she's there at the Sky Harbor Airport in Phoenix. Stephanie, what can you tell us?
Hey, Andrew, that's right. Well, listen to this. Just yesterday alone, 1 million passengers passed through TSA checkpoints nationwide. Now, here at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, things are pretty busy today. As you can see behind me, a lot of people coming and going. There's actually a COVID testing site right there behind me, which you can do right here at the airport. Right now, it's kind of a waiting game to see how this all pans out and how our cases get impacted.
Your actions have consequences, and if you do the right thing, then it will bridge us to a vaccine.
The CDC advised against holiday travel this year, but according to AAA predictions, almost 50 million Americans still did. Now the U.S. Surgeon General tells Fox News Sunday he's expecting another surge of infections and hospitalizations within the next few days.
Well, I want to be straight with the American people. It's going to get worse over the next several weeks, but the actions that we take in the next several days will determine how bad it is, or whether or not we continue to flatten our curve.
Dr. Adams says he's optimistic a vaccine will be rolled out next month. So far, the plan is to administer it to the elderly and vulnerable first, then to the general public by the end of the first quarter.
We are mere weeks away from starting to vaccinate the vulnerable. So hang on just a little bit longer. Understand that the science out there has never been stronger to support the wearing of masks.
Doctors say if you did travel, whether that's by plane, train, bus, or car, you should get a COVID test before every trip and take another one a few days after you arrive. There's even a convenient COVID testing site here at Sky Harbor International Airport, as well as several other airports across the country. Dr. Daniel Griffin with ProHealth says the best time to get tested is 4 days after you've traveled or been exposed, because that will ensure a more accurate test result.
So if you get exposed and then run out to the store the next day, I think of it's like the pregnancy test. Like, it takes time for that thing to turn positive. It takes time for things to get to a detectable level. So, you know, if anything, that's going to be a sort of poorly timed test, a wasted test.
Now, the CDC says if you did travel, make sure you still wear that mask after you return home. Wash your hands as often as possible, and always, check your temperature from day to day to see if it is increasing as well. But the best thing to do is just to stay home for 14 days after you arrive home. Andrew?
All right, Fox's Stephanie Bennett there for us live at Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. Stephanie, thanks so much. All right, we're following all things here on NewsNOW from Fox, pandemic related, especially with regard to the holiday coming up. We're glad we could bring you that live report from Stephanie Bennett, our Fox News multimedia reporter who's based here in Phoenix. And remember, here on NewsNOW from Fox, everything is live and it's raw and it's unfiltered, and we bring it to you as such. If we can't get to something as it's happening, because like today, there are so many live events happening, we'll bring it to you after the fact. We do want to continue and go back over to Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook page. He's hosting Facebook Live with Dr. Anthony Fauci, talking all things about the vaccine, about holiday travel, and what the incoming Biden administration will have to look forward to, and will have some challenges ahead.